So I'm going to get to your, it's just a basic run block. I'll be the right guard here, Clay. So you're probably outside shoulder, you're three.
And I want, and so if I know if run situations, tight splits, I'm gonna probably tighten down a little bit and get almost head up on you.
Yep.
You know, because I want you to be threatening on me going inside because it's to slow you down a little bit.
So what I want to see from you though, Clay, is at 6'8", like how when I step, how you keep yourself low right there. Like, I mean, right there, like, there's nothing I can do. Like, that's my problem right there. I can't get in.
Yeah, especially if I get in, get you right here. Even when you try to get in, I can throw your hands down with my elbows. And so everything's about leverage and get my hands on you. So I'm right here. And so, like, we're a gap control defense. So I know that if I line up in this gap, I have this gap right here. But I also, if hopefully me and my linebacker understand that, depending on the situation and who we're playing and how it is, I'm going to communicate with him that sometimes I might get in here and shape the guy this way and get a feel and try to get vertical before that ball comes in.
Then he's got this.
And we'll switch gaps.
He's playing off you.
He's playing off me.
Yeah.
But those are when you got the veteran linebackers or you at least communicate with the guy well enough.
Yeah.
So most time, I'm going to have to play my gap. And when I get in here, and if I'm low and I got good hand placement, now I'm going to try to swim off and make the play. But by doing that, sometimes you make that gap if you kind of wide me out.
I want to take you
big.
But my thing here is if I'm stepping with you and you're in that three, I'm going to take you anywhere I can take you.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm not trying to push you this way or that way. I'll take you anyway. The back's going to read off me.
Same thing we're doing. Yeah,
same thing. This
is one of those blitzes, and so I got a little more freedom on these blitz plays.
Okay.
And because the back was to me, anytime I see that center come down on me like that, I'm gonna cross over, cross face quicker. So really I'm playing against his leverage. I threw him to where he wanted to go, and then I knew if I just get vertical and stack him on the backside, I can make the play no matter what happens.
Backside!
So most teams, are more zone nowadays than they are not. And on those zone teams, so say he's trying to work me, it's a more tight zone. It's not it's more of a belly than it's a bounce. But he's gonna try to, walk me outside, and that ball, he's trying to find a gap and cut back. He's not even trying to come on this outside of me. So there's no point for me to stay outside, take this gap when he's going back that way. So in my mind already, I'm gonna, tell my guy I'm shedding off this way. Now that back might stay front side now because he sees me, but he's gonna have to bounce, or he's gonna have to cut back right now, or I'm gonna tackle.
So as you come up and try to lift Baldy, you're looking through him to the back, not the quarterback, but the back here to see what his feel is, and then you're going to come off based on what you see.
His movement's going to tell me what the back's doing already. So, there's only
steps.
Yeah, your steps are going to tell me if it's an outside zone or if it's a belly or if his ball's going away. Like, I don't even have to see the back more often than not. His blocking assignment is going to tell me exactly what it is. On this particular play, they're a big zone, but a big cutback zone team.
Okay. You're A-gap, you're staying in the A-gap, but you're going to shed here.
Yeah, and I know my linebacker is going to play off me. So if I shed, we're just going to trade gaps.
So you go to the B, he goes to the A.
Yes.
Okay.
And so knowing his cutback and the way he likes to run, I shed him, so I can get and make that play in the backfield. And that's something we talk about too. I won't just do it without having a conversation with him, through the week saying, hey, when I'm in this one technique and they run that zone, I might throw that guy and we just trade gaps. We have the freedom. Our coaches teach us, we call it a tag. We tag the block.
Okay.
And, a tag block, you're not just going inside, because it's inside, and then, he can will you in it's a bad situation. But a tag is where you, I'll get back here, but I'm getting vertical. Getting vertical is the key to a tag block.
Okay.
Because now, if I can get that running back to have to cut at 5 yards in the backfield, that's an easier tackle for whoever's coming to fill it in. Usually it's a DB or maybe my linebacker is over the top who's playing. So for me, most of these zone teams, you don't want to take a big step. You really want to take a short step and get vertical, and then just little hands on the center and then rip through and go make the play.
So we continue to talk about leverage with the big guy, right? So what are the key things? You're coming up to the line of scrimmage. What's like the first thing or the last thing you tell yourself as you're getting into your stance on, okay, this is what I got to do to make sure I stay low through this play?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, if I'm tight to him, I don't have anywhere to step, and if I take a short step, it's gonna make me stand up. Now you could try to stay low and bend and take a short step, but I don't have any power. I have no power at all. So I try to back off the ball, because now it gives me a chance where I can take a adequate step and get my hands on him and create leverage, and create momentum to keep moving, pushing him. So the biggest thing I tell myself, in order to stay low, I have to back off the ball a little bit. Now we back off the ball, you know.
You give him a little bit of...
Yeah, I give him space because he gets momentum too, but also, you know, I have to have a great get-off now because if my get-off is not on with the ball, I'm going to be at a disadvantage. So now it's a give and take a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I also know that I have, you know, natural length, so if I'm lower than he is, and I'm not going to back up too much, it's enough to give me where I get a good step.
Get a good step.
And, you know, get my second step in the ground, I don't have to stand up.
So it's a real timing between that step and the punch.
Oh, yeah, it goes together. I mean,
it all goes together, right?
You know, your hands lead your feet,
yep.
But it's all one movement, you know.
And when you hit it perfect, you know you got control.
Oh, yeah. Which is more often than not. I mean, you rep it over and over again. So and even if you get in trouble, say, you know your feet land first before you make contact, you know, and all that, you know, you just got to drop your pads even lower, you know. So if I'm already in a good position, but I want to drop my pads lower, give me more power, and I can just create that extension. Everything's about arm extension, leverage, and then just being lower than my hands. So if my hands are above my eyes, I know I'm in good position. Now I can do whatever I want to. Usually when I'm not making plays, I realize, like, you go back and watch tape, it's like, I'm too high. Yeah. I'm too high. I mean, it's a very simple game, but I'm very average when I play standing up. But when I get down low, that's when I become a great player. Yeah. That's when I make the most plays. Okay. So it's a constant reminder. And a lot of times, I have to remind myself, you know, but it's really just watching tape and studying myself and being honest with myself, saying, okay, yeah, you made that play, yeah, you were good here, but would you...
You don't even need a coach telling you this.
Oh,
you know it.
Oh, no.
It's already in your head.
Yeah. When coach is telling me stuff, it's just, you know, thanks, coach, I appreciate it. You know? Everything's about having space, you know, I want to create separation. Yeah. Well, if I can run upfield and keep the offensive lineman, you know, away from where he can't touch me, I'm more athletic than he is, going forward than he is going backwards. Right. And so, I mean, my length is, I mean, it's everything, you know. It's the ultimate,
weapon.
Ultimate weapon.
I feel like your length is your advantage here in this situation. And because there's not many guys that could actually get their arm in this situation and punch it right there on Derrick Henry.
In this play, I'm supposed to just keep crashing down and letting that linebacker, you know, fill off and play. But, you know, I know that he's a tough tackle for any linebacker, so I come off, and my corner's there to make the play, but I come over and I make sure I always want to help him out. But I got my hand on the ball, and all year you see me do it. Every time I get my hand on the ball, I'm going to pull.
Like that lawnmower cord, just ripping it.
But it really was, you know, just, I mean, seeing it before it happened, you know, and just, I mean, taking a chance and being aggressive. And, you know, you can't just take chances. You don't want to be insubordinate. But if you stay in this game tape and you really get a feel for what they're trying to do, you take calculated risks. Right. So I take chances. So even though I'm supposed to go inside there, well, I know he's running, you know, to outside of me. So I fall back. He's already committed that way, and I can get him on a tackle. And when you get on tackles, he's not expecting me to be there. So that ball's, you know, hanging. Yeah. And I got a chance to make a play.
So if you're pass rushing, does it matter how high you are?
You still want to be lower, but you don't have to be as low. Okay. You know, I'm going to be a lot higher in third down situations.
So that space is vital when you think it's a run play.
Yeah, in pass as well, but I can be a little tighter in the pass game because he's going to kick.
But your stance is going to change.
Yeah. My stance, everything changes. I mean, I'm literally, in pass situations, all my weight's on my front foot. I'm going to back up a little bit still to give myself a little space. I'm going to get a lot more width, pushing off that front foot and getting vertical. In the pass game, and you know, everything's more, you know, working moves. I'm gonna swim over the top. I'm a club. I'm a long arm him. I'm gonna grab his arm, or if I can get the wrist even better with the long arm. Now it's just me being an athlete. I can go around, and if you come back, I can just throw your momentum against you. And the whole thing is you know, I got extensions, and I got your hand, and now, you know, I'm gonna be a better athlete than you. I can stop your feet by pushing weight on this foot. So I'll put weight on here, your foot's gonna go on the ground. Yeah. And when I grab his hand, pushing his weight here, now I'm gonna stop your feet, and I'm gonna just be an athlete, throw my hips, and go around you and work an edge.
What a play by Calais Campbell.
Well, does it surprise anybody?
No, it doesn't.
I mean, come on, he's the best player on this team this year.
Calais Campbell on a bull rush.
Wow. Just shoving him back into Kirk Cousins.
When you put power on the guy, his feet have to stop. You have to stop your feet.
I gotta drop the anchor.
Anchor. That's your thing. And so when somebody anchors, you know, that's when you want to get off and go
That's the count. As soon as you feel drop, then you count.
Yeah, as soon as you anticipate it coming. You know it's coming because he's going to try to grab a hold off everything. So when soon as the anchor comes, you're throwing the guy. That's when you see guys go to the ground. When they're trying to throw the anchor, you snatch them down. On this one, I beat him outside with a mean chop and just like chop rip. And I beat him on the outside, and I had hit Mariota right before he threw the ball. This is fourth down. They're going for the fourth down. They kind of hurry up.
Yep.
And so on this particular play, I knew that he was gonna worry about his outside, 'cause I just beat him with a clean outside move, so I knew he was gonna overset. He was a big outside hand puncher. I just knocked his outside hand down. I knew if I could just swipe his hand down, I had a chance. So much of pass rush is setting guys up, and I don't really believe in setting guys up because you kind of win every play.
Yeah. Okay.
But when you win one way, you know off that, okay, I beat him this way with this move. It's like, over the course of the game, what have I done to him? How is he going to respond to it? I'm always trying to anticipate what he's thinking, what he's scared of, and trying to get in his head. And so in that whole process, I knew, okay, I've gave him, a little bit of bull. I know he's scared of that. I just beat him on the outside, so I know he's gonna kick. And so a lot of it is anticipation. I'm trying to play chess out there with him and try to anticipate where he's gonna go. That way I know what move I should make. We do games because we want to create 2-on-1 matchups. So we want to take away one of the offensive linemen and make it a 2-on-1 on either the guard or tackle. So if it's an exit game, we're taking away the guard. So I'm gonna set the guard up. The ends will come inside, and he's going to pin the guard's hip. The guard's therefore defeated as long as I wrap around. And when I wrap around, the tackle has a choice. He can stay on and block that end that just came in, or he come off on me.
Gotcha.
And so we create this 2-on-1 matchups.
We always talk about the unit of the offensive line. They have to work together.
Yes.
So you're looking at depth of the offensive line.
Yes.
You see gap, you say twist,
Yes.
right? You see them together, it's not nearly as conducive.
Get on different levels.
And so a lot of it, sometimes you call it on the line of scrimmage, sometimes you call it, before the plays even started, because from film study and down the distance and where they're on the field and what kind of plays are coming in. But the best ones usually come when I give a cold call to the guy next to me from what I see. A lot of it sometimes is mannerisms, and just get a feel for, he's about to jump me. And I can see this guy's, foot's rolled back, he's about to kick. Hey, exit, whatever the code word is.
So you guys have freedom within your defense at any point in time to go twist it.
Yes, as long as it's not a blitz, we can call it. And so on this particular play, I have the two-way go. I can go inside the guard and run a spike or just an inside game or inside move, or I can get upfield, get vertical. The outside guy, he's gonna try to burn the edge. If he wins, he goes. But if he doesn't win, he'll fall back behind me and turn to a natural text. You see my hand movement. I'm also saying something to him, which tell him I'm calling text.
Okay.
That's usually because I see the way Saffold's getting ready to punch. Okay. I can see his lights about to be real vertical, so I was gonna push him vertical, try to pull him with me, and then have Jan come through. And I didn't get enough of Saffold on this one. I feel like I let Jan down because he should have had an untouched sack. But I didn't get enough of Saffold. He just was good enough to come back enough. So this one, technically, 90 was supposed to keep cross the face.
But he does a good job of taking two for you, right?
Yeah.
He cleans it up for you.
And that's knowing your personnel, too.
Yeah.
I know 90. Yeah. 90 is a vertical.
Right.
He's tough, he's strong, he'll push through a double team. Yeah. So, I don't mind sometimes playing off him. And, being able to peek over those offensive linemen and see, that Sam Darnold wanted to step up, I was able to meet him there in the hole.